did a poll on my Instagram asking if you guys wanted a video of me kind of like reviving the R6. I don't really know what to call it because it's not like completely dead. I mean, it's obviously out of commission right now and can't be ridden, but I did a poll asking if you guys wanted a video on that, like the process, and almost every single vote was yes. There was only one no. So I'm gonna deliver that. I already put a new oil filter on and added new oil to make sure it holds, and it does, so we're good there. I ordered a chain, and I also ordered a new air filter because it very much needs it. So I'm not what I'm gonna do is like not just kind of fix what was broken, but also like completely trying to think of the word here. Basically just do like a lot of maintenance on the bike. I'm about to flush the coolant out because like I said, the coolant in the reservoir over here looked pretty bad. I don't know if it's because oil like got into it or what happened, but it looked bad, so I'm gonna flush the coolant out of the bike. So I'm gonna have to take the other side of the fairings off to do that, which is frustrating, but it's whatever. I'm going to change the air filter. I'm gonna check the spark plugs because they probably need change too. And I'm also going to forget what I was gonna say while I'm at it. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. This is the piece I like JB welded back on. Seems like it's holding like decently, so that's good. But yeah, I gotta wait for the chain to get here before I can do that. Oh, I also might have to fix the speed sensor because I turned the bike on to make sure I couldn't hear like any damage to the engine or anything. It sounds perfectly fine, but it said I was going 17 miles an hour, so might have to change that. I don't know if you saw in the video, but like right when the chain broke, the speedometer just started going all over the place. So I'm assuming it's broken. Also because it's located right in here, so it's in the path of the chain. But I have to figure that out for sure later. All right, so I got the fairings off. What I'm gonna do now is take this bolt out. This is the water pump. So I'm gonna take this out, and the coolant should drain out of here. And I'm gonna have to crack this open, let it drain better, and then refill it. So it's pretty similar to an oil change. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm kind of nervous to do this because this bike's old. I've never done it, and the people that had this before me didn't exactly take good care of it. So I'm not sure how this is gonna look. Interesting. If I open this up. All right, so clearly popping that off made a big difference. It immediately squirted all over me. I was trying to avoid saying it, I couldn't. Sorry, but yeah, I have a problem because as soon as I pop this like open, this comes shooting out. Obviously, it should not look anything like that at all. That's horrible. So that might be part of why my seat was always very hot while riding. But this very much needs flushed. So it's a good thing I'm getting to it, because this is horrible. It should never look like this. It should be like green. So yeah, that's pretty bad. But I'm gonna try to get the rest of this out without making more of a mess. If you're watching this at home and you know a lot about bikes and you you know how bad that is. I apologize. I'm still learning, clearly, and I realized I should have done this way sooner. So, yeah, that's on me. That's pretty bad. I mean, yes, like I said, the previous owners didn't take care of this, but I still should have checked that like right after I bought it, and I very clearly did not. So I'm probably gonna end up checking it on this bike too now, after seeing how bad this is. But not only am I gonna get the R6 running again, but should be running much better, because I'm gonna be taking care of stuff like this that very clearly needs it. So I'm gonna try to improve the bike a lot. Maybe it'll be slightly faster, I don't know, but it should at least run healthier. But this is horrible. All right, so now I got that much needed maintenance item done. I got it filled back up, got it resealed and everything with actual new coolant. I'm gonna take the tank off so I can get to the air box and the spark plugs and stuff. I'm not even gonna show the air filter. At least I really don't want to. I already looked at it. It's pretty bad. So I don't know if I'm gonna show it, but I'm gonna take the tank off next so I can get to the stuff underneath it. So that was way more difficult than getting the airbox off for the ZX10. There's so much more like connected to it, and like hard spots, hard to reach. So it's gonna be a pain to put it back on, and I'm gonna have to make sure I remember to get literally everything back on there. So that's gonna be fun. But I was able to find some of the screws that I lost. I'm only missing one now, somewhere in here. I might find it. But as you can see, it's pretty dirty. Which, I mean, it's an old bike, but I'll probably try to clean this up some before I put it back together. But this is the most I've ever had this bike apart. And I've owned it for 3 years, I think. 2, 3. I think this is my 3rd year. So it's kind of fun, I guess. Alright, this is like the furthest I've ever taken a bike apart. I had to take the air ducts off and everything. That little cover was under all of this stuff. But all to get to these spark plugs down here. These are the coils. So I have this one here. This one I took out. That one's not too bad. And then one more right there. That's, I'm not even sure how I'm supposed to reach that one. That one's going to be a huge pain. But all of this just to get the spark plugs, which for cars is like one of the easiest changes. And right here's what I'm trying to get out right now, which at this angle is extremely difficult. So I'm working on that. But this is crazy to me how much work it is just to get those spark plugs. My favorite part about this design is that I can't even see into the socket area, so I can't tell if the spark plug's loose or not. I keep sticking this down in there, can't get it out, and it's hard to get the ratchet down in there in the first place. So it's really fun. I like the angle and not being able to see what I'm doing. Also barely being able to reach it because there's stuff in the way. It's really convenient. Alright, 17 days later, I finally got the first one out. It'll focus. It's not very good looking. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, they need changed. So when I get the new ones, I'm gonna keep these ones out to compare them, but I'll have to go get new ones and somehow figure out how to get the other 3 out. So that'll be fun. But I just wanted to show you how they look right now. Alright, so I got the new chain is in, and I went and got the spark plugs yesterday. I'm a little nervous about them, because the guy at AutoZone gave them to me first, but just brought back one, and he scanned it and then like told me my total, and I was like, can I have 4? And he was like, oh, you want all 4? Yes, I kind of need them. So I'm a little worried about them working, like being the right ones, but I'll find that out eventually. So I'm gonna put these back in, put the bike back together, which is gonna suck, and then put this chain on. Hope that's the right size. It should be. I'm pretty sure it is, but you never know. And then I just gotta wait for the new air filter that I ordered to come in, which I ordered from the same company, same order and everything, like on the same cart. So I'm not sure why this is the only thing that came so far, but it's whatever, I guess. I just gotta wait for the air filter. I called it, unfortunately. As you can see, that's one that has one of the new spark plugs in. That is one without it. This coil pack is not sitting properly. I'd put 2 in. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like just that one being in wrong or whatever. So put a second one in, and it was right. So I even tried it while they were out. The new ones they sit differently than the old ones. So unfortunately I was right. So now I have to take these back out, put them in the box, and go the way out to AutoZone and get that fixed. So that just added an hour. Not very happy about that. It's lovely weather we're having, but after wasting a half hour sitting in traffic, I was able to get there and back, and I got a guy that actually knows what he's talking about. These are the brand new ones. They're the exact same ones that were in before, but much cleaner. So these ones will actually work. But like I literally told the guy the story of what happened, like why I was going to be suspicious anyways, and he just looked at me and smiled and said it's hard to find good help nowadays. So and what I think is the funnier thing, I'm pretty sure the guy that sold me the wrong plugs yesterday was quitting, because as I was leaving the store, he was walking in and he had a grocery bag full of what looked like shirts. So I'm assuming he was turning his shirts in and quitting. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like, and I found that pretty funny. But yeah, I have the right ones, so now I'm gonna re-put them in and then put the bike back together. Might have to shut the garage door, but we'll see. Alright, so I got the airbox back on. For the most part, I'm pretty sure it's back on. I don't want to talk about it because of how much of a pain it was and how frustrating it was. Got the chain on. This little clip thing that like secures it on was a big pain. You had to really squeeze that, but I got it back on. So now the only thing I have left, besides wait for the airbox to get here, which obviously I can't do anything about that. I can't wait faster or anything. The only thing left to do is tighten the chain, because look at that. That's bad. You don't want that much play, which is why mine snapped in the first place. But it's loose up here, way too loose down here. So I just got to tighten that, which basically means I have to bring this back some. Alright, that was a huge pain because it involves twisting these 2 little nuts on both sides and making sure they're lined up, which you got to use these tiny little tick marks to make sure they're at the same one, but way less play now, so it's a lot tighter. Should be much better. While I wait for the air filter, and then once I get that back on, I'll put this piece back on, and then the coolant reservoir. I'll be pretty much done, and the bike will run much better than it did because I kind of flushed everything out and cleaned it out, replaced some stuff, so it should do much better now. Alright, so the new air filter came this morning. I put it in, put everything back together. Obviously I didn't really take a video of it because I felt like it'd be kind of pointless to be like, oh, I'm going to put the air filter in now. Like, you know I was going to do that. So I put everything roughly back together for now. So I'm going to start it up to make sure I did it right and that it's good to go. And hopefully I put everything back together properly. Alright. I think I did. It's running. So speedometer says 0 miles an hour, so we're good there. I thought I was going to have to fix the speed sensor, but I don't. Something smells a little bit off, which is kind of alarming, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But I think what I'm gonna do now is maybe try to clean these up some. I got stuff for it, so I'll see how well it works. Try to clean them up a little bit so it looks better, and then put fairings and everything back on. I wasn't gonna call this video like reviving it, because it wasn't like fully dead. It just had the equivalent of like a broken leg. But with how much stuff I changed and like how bad it needed to be changed, like the coolant and everything else, I think I am gonna end up saying I revived it, just because it's probably gonna run much better now. It's gonna hopefully perform a lot better. So yeah, I'm gonna try to clean these up. I'm gonna bleed the front brakes, and then I should be back to riding it whenever I get back. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally got to the much needed maintenance and stuff, because it was pretty bad, but I just didn't want to be down for a while. But since the bike was anyways, I got to it, and it was worth it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Quick update, spoke too soon. I was speaking pretty highly about this battery to people, because I was like, oh wow, you would think it'd be dead by now. Like, I'm surprised it's still going. It is no longer going. The bike won't really start, so it's making a very loud noise. So I'm gonna have to get the jumper thing out and see if it fixes it. There's an airplane, if you can't hear me. But yeah, that was fun. Also, one last thing real quick. So now that I did all that to my bike and got all that stuff changed out, replaced, and everything, I'm going to actually use this. Sorry. I'm going to actually use it to write it down. I'll write down what mileage the bike was at and what all I did. That way, I'm going to have a running log of when I did stuff. So like, I'll know when I need my next oil change, when I need to check the cooling neck, spark plugs, chain, all that kind of stuff. I'll have that written down, so if I forget, I can just go back and look, and it'll be right there for me. And yes, this is kind of a plug, because I do sell these. There's a link in the bio, in the description of the video. It's in all of them, but I do sell these if you're interested. It's literally just like a journal, pretty much, for keeping track of your vehicles, really. Whenever you kind of work on them, you can just write down when you did it. That way you have a good idea and when you'll need to do it next. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.